gbèsè ò dá o, aṣọ ní dẹni ẹ̀sín ní gbèsè o. Ẹni tó ti ga tẹ́lẹ̀ gbèsè adẹ sọ́dẹ̀ nílẹ̀, afúnni adẹ dá tọrọ gbèsè. Àwọn tó ti ń fún tẹ́lẹ̀ á tún wá lọ máa wojú wọn gbèsè á máa mú kéèyàn bẹ ọmọ ẹgbẹ́ ẹni tí ò tọ́ ọmọ tó tara ẹ̀ jáde. Gbèsè adẹ máa mú kí bàbá àgbàlagbà máa dọ̀bálẹ̀ fún ọmọ inú ẹ̀ pé ẹ mọ̀ sí mi báyìí, ẹ tún fún mi lọ́sẹ̀ kan sí, ẹ fún mi lọ́sẹ̀ kan sí. Gbèsè á máa mú kéèyàn parọ́, gbèsè á mú kéèyàn máa sá pamọ́. Ẹ̀mí gbèsè ò dáa. Àwọn báǹkì tí mò ń kówó sí, wọ́n ní bàbá ẹ̀yin ò tiẹ̀ kì í yáwó lọ́wọ́ wẹ́ wá yáwó alówó fún yín. Mo ní mi ò túmọ̀ pé máa ń bẹ̀yàn yáwó báyìí, mi ò yá, kò mọ́ mi lára. Ibùn gbà tí ò sí nǹkan kan á fẹ́ lọ yáwó lọ́dún náà. Ẹni tó wà ń bẹ̀ wá ní ó ní bàbá, ó ní ẹ jẹ́ lọ gbàdúrà, ó ní bẹ́ẹ̀ bá yáwó ẹ̀ ní rí san. Mo yá tètè gbọ́, mo fẹsẹ̀ fẹ́. Àwọn kọmitì náà ló tì mí gbà náà. Wọ́n ti bá ṣe mọ òwòrán rẹ̀, iṣẹ́ Olúwa ò ṣe, kò sí kọ́bọ̀, kò sí kankan. À ń fẹ́ ṣe pírójẹ́ẹ̀tì 1 million, àádáwó títí. Olúwa ò ṣe o.
Jésù ẹ ṣé.
Olúwa ò ṣe o.
Ẹ ṣeun Jésù.
Wọ́n bá tì mí bọ́ta, ẹ kàn ń wòran dandan báyìí, ṣé ẹ máa jẹ́ kí iṣẹ́ ìkú mọ́ yín lọ́wọ́ ni? Ẹ lọ yáwó, lèmi náà bá bọ́ta. Àwọn ìránṣẹ́ Ọlọ́run mi, àwọn kan ló tì wọ́n wọbì kan o. Bẹ́ẹ̀ni, àwọn ló tì wọ́n lọ́bì kan. Àbájọ Sọ́ọ̀lù ni wọ́n tì mí sí ni. Ká ní wọ́n lọ yá mi ńgbà sísí àní. Gbogbo àwọn tó ní káyáwó ń sìn wọ́n sínú iṣẹ́ ìránṣẹ́ mi. Wọ́n ti lọ, wọ́n ti fi mi àti EFCC àti àwọn báǹkì tí wọ́n máa lé mi kiri, wọ́n ti fi mí lẹ̀. Gbogbo wọn ti lọ. Àwọn náà ló dẹ̀ tì mí ńgbà náà. Wọ́n ti gba ibi tí wọ́n fẹ́ gbà lọ. Tó kárí mo jẹ gbèsè ńgbà mẹ́rin máa fà mí náà. Àwọn tó dẹ̀ tì wá wọ́n ti lọ. Má jẹ́ kí wọ́n tì ọ́ o. Nítorí bá ní pápá táìmù. Wọ́n fẹ́ ṣòkú kan. Nítorí bá ní sọ̀ọ́lẹ̀. Láti èmi ìyáyàn lówó. Tó bá ní àbá ẹ yá mi 5 million. Àmọ́ òkè mo ti gbọ́. Nígbà tí bá máa yọ sí ẹ, àfọyín chẹ́ẹ̀kì 250,000 ti pa mí ká. Lọ lu ilé. Má wulẹ̀ dá padà ọmọ fún ọ ni o. Ti pa mí ká. Ebo làbúrò ká máa léra wa káàkiri lórí ọ̀rọ̀ pé mo yá ọ lówó mi ò yá. Tí n bá ti lè fún ọ mi ò ní yá ọ. Ẹ wo sáà, bàbá yẹn jẹ gbèsè. Ó lọ. Kí ló ṣẹlẹ̀? 2 Kings chapter 4.
Obìnrin kan nínú àwọn ọmọbìnrin àwọn ọmọ wòlíì ké bá Èlíṣà pé ìránṣẹ́ rẹ ọkọ mi kú.
Ó ti kú o.
Mo sì mọ̀ pé ìránṣẹ́ rẹ bẹ̀rù Olúwa.
Ó bẹ̀rù Olúwa ṣùgbọ́n gbèsè ò bẹ̀rù ẹ̀. Ó bẹ̀rù Olúwa. Bó bá jẹ́ ó lé pásítọ̀, bó bá sọ àgbèsè ọ̀pá ọ. Ó bẹ̀rù Olúwa, yes.
Àwọn onígbèsè sì wá láti mú àwọn ọmọ mi méjèèjì ní ẹrú.
Ọ̀pọ̀ kú ṣe bóyá kí wọ́n ti ẹ̀pì tí ẹ̀ pé ó ń ṣòpó lọ́wọ́. Ó ń ṣòpó mi. Àwọn àṣà ó pọ̀ gan. Ìyá kan wá bá mi, pásítọ̀ ni, ọkọ ẹ̀ bá kú. Wọ́n ní kó lọ ṣòpó ọdún kan. Wọ́n ní kó má wá ṣọ́ọ̀ṣì òkú ṣòpó. Ìgbà tó máa fi jáde òpó gbogbo ṣọ́ọ̀ṣì ti tán. Tí ẹ gbé ní kò mọ́ lọ gbàdúrà ṣọ́ọ̀ṣì, wọ́n á kàn pa kí ọ̀rọ̀ pé ìgbà tó parí. So wọ́n rí pé ó kọ́ kú, wọ́n tó onígbèsè tún dé. Yes.
Èlíṣà sì wí fún pé kí ni èmi ó ṣe fún ọ?
Ó kétọ̀ wòlíì lọ ni.
Wí fún mi.
Wòlíì kọ́ ló wá bá ń lè ká fún wọn.
Obìnrin ní àwọn obìnrin ọmọ wòlíì ké bá Èlíṣà wípé.
Ó lọ ké bá Èlíṣà pé.
Ìránṣẹ́ rẹ ọkọ mi kú.
Ìránṣẹ́ ọ̀rọ̀ kan.
Mo sì mọ̀ pé ìránṣẹ́ rẹ bẹ̀rù Olúwa.
Ó bẹ̀rù Olúwa.
Àwọn onígbèsè sì wá láti mú àwọn ọmọ yìí méjèèjì ní ẹrú.
Wọ́n wá mọ́ ọmọ lẹ́rú, gbèsè tó máa sọ àwọn ọmọ rẹ dẹrú, tó máa jẹ́ káwọn ọmọ yẹn lọ sìn lórúkọ Jésù. Ò ní bọ́ sóko gbèsè náà.
Àmín Jésù.
Yes.
Èlíṣà sì wí fún un pé
kí ló nílé.
kí ni èmi ó ṣe.
Talk radio.
I listen to a lot of talk radio.
95.1 FM.
station. We are the station. Today, 95.1 FM, the voice of the people.
Catch all the latest and trending sports stories on Sports Attack on your premium talk, news, and sports radio station.
6:30 a.m.
every weekday.
For the latest and trending sports stories, always listen to Sports Attack on Today95.1 FM, Port Harcourt. My name is Adekuri Odwan, Nigerian first ever world silver medalist in wrestling.
Hi everyone, my name is Ese Brume, Commonwealth and African long jump champion. You're listening to Sports Attack on Today 95.1 FM, Port Harcourt. Don't touch that dial.
There are certain things you have to be careful about being persuaded. There are certain things you should never be persuaded about. And nobody is going to persuade me to serve more than 2 terms in CAF. It's not going to happen. And we took a decision to support, and I personally support Infantino. He's not just a good friend, he's a loyal friend. He's loyal to Africa.
Yes, that was CAF President Patrice Motsepe, who has announced he will not seek a third term when his current mandate ends. But based on his performance and looking at his achievements during his time in charge of African football, do you believe the man should reconsider and possibly go for a third term? And how do you see the FIFA presidency in future? Should an African run for it? As some have said, maybe Motsepe should actually go for FIFA presidency, but as he has said, he's loyal to Gianni Infantino. And some transfers, as Rodri has reportedly set his sights on the move to Madrid from City. However, reports suggest a back injury could require or could delay the move. If you were Real Madrid, will you sign the Golden Ball winner and Ballon d'Or winner, even though he's injured, and wait for him to recover? Or would you wait till he's fully fit? And one more question: is Madrid missing Rodri as the missing piece to complete Jose Mourinho's squad? These are the questions I've got for you. 08109510951. That is the phone line to call in on the show this morning. I say good morning and welcome to Sports Attack on Today 95.1 FM. My name is Ovio Wallerton, call me the sports chef, and I'll be ready to dish out breakfast as it is fresh, hot and spicy concerning everything that has to do with the ever exciting world of sports. Yes, we start off in volleyball as Nigeria's boys team made an impressive start to the 2026 CAVB Under-18 African Nations Volleyball Championships with a commanding straight-set victory over Morocco in Alexandria, Egypt. The Nigerians produced a disciplined and clinical display to claim a 3-0, 32-30. 25-21 and 25-18 win, earning their first points in Group A of the Continental Tournament. The opening set was a tightly contested affair with both teams battling point for point before Nigeria held their composure to edge Morocco 32-30. Having secured that crucial first set, the Nigerian youngsters grew in confidence, claiming the second 25-21 before completing a dominant performance with the convincing 25-18 win in the third. The victory gives Nigeria an early advantage in Group A, where they will also face host Egypt and Burundi as they bid to secure a place in the knockout stage. Group B features Cameroon, Tunisia, Algeria and Libya, with the leading teams from each group advancing to the next phase of the championship. Over to athletics, as Team Nigeria will parade a 29-member athletic contingent, 16 female and 13 male athletes at the 2026 Commonwealth Games in Glasgow, Scotland. The squad features World Athletics holder Tobi Amuso, sprinters Kainsola Ajayi, Favor Ashi, Rosemary Chukuma, Chukwuebuka Enekwechi, and rising stars Jessica Oji and Jami Shlueta, who recently switched allegiance to represent Nigeria. AFN second vice president Achuku Agazu expressed confidence in the squad, noting that 19-year-old Oji and Shuleta have been standout additions. Quoting the man, he said Jessica and Jami have settled in remarkably well. They are extremely dedicated, disciplined, and eager to contribute to Nigeria's success. She said Agazo also credited NSC chairman Malam Sheu Diku and Director General Bukola Olopadi for creating an environment that has attracted Nigerian talent from abroad back to the national fold. The team has been preparing at a training camp in Abadan, with Agazo describing the atmosphere as one of unity, discipline, and shared purpose. FN President Chief Tonobo Kokowa also serves as Senior Vice President of the Confederation of African Athletics and has since joined the squad in Scotland following a working trip to Egypt and Tunisia, where he received honors for his contribution to athletics development on the continent. Athletics competition at the Games begins on July 27th and runs for 6 days. Over to table tennis, as Egypt have been crowned under 15 boys team champions at the ITTF African Youth Championship in Accra, Ghana, after a dominant 3-0 victory over Nigeria in the final. The Egyptian quartet of Sama Assa, Sabak Ahmed, and Ayad Hussein and Kosab Mohammed produced a flawless performance throughout the final, denying Nigeria any foothold in the continent growth of women's football in Nigeria.
We have global stars who have passed through our clubs to go abroad and become icons. That's storytelling. Partners. History is promotion. These are the kind of stories that appeal to sponsors. Have honest conversations. Everybody come and do your registration. We are enforcing club license in this time. You must show us the funds you have kept aside for players for salaries. We must see the contract. We must see health insurance. We must see top to bottom. As if it is grassroots football that we are asking all these requests for. They said no, they cannot do it. They are stopping the league. They won't play a game.
Still on women's football, as Nigeria Super Falcons will face Tanzania's Twiga Stars in an international friendly on Thursday, which is today, as part of the final preparations for the 2026 Women's African Cup of Nations WAFCON in Morocco. The warm-up fixture was rescheduled as the 9-time African champions continue fine-tuning their squad ahead of the continental tournament, which kicks off this weekend. The friendly will give head coach Justin Manduga another opportunity to assess his players, finalize his preferred starting lineups, and sharpen the team's tactics before their opening game. And on to African stories, as CAF President Patrice Motsepe has officially ended speculations about his long-term future at Africa's football governing body, confirming he will not seek a third term in 2029. The South African billionaire, who took to office in 2021 and was granted a second term in 2025, made the declaration despite CAF statuses permitting him to continue, as he stated in Johannesburg on Wednesday.
There are certain things you have to be careful about being persuaded. There are certain things you should never be persuaded about. And nobody is going to persuade me to serve more than 2 terms in CAF. It's not going to happen. And we took a decision to support, and I personally support Infantino. He's not just a good friend, he's a loyal friend. He's loyal to Africa. And again, I come from a different background where when people have been loyal to you, you never stab them in the back. You never do that. And as I said, to help in Africa, that excites me. FIFA doesn't need me. So nobody is going to be able to persuade me to change my views on those things because
the Confederation of African Football has also approved the expansion of the African Cup of Nations from 24 to 28 teams, with the new format taking effect at the 2027 edition. CAF President Dr. Patrice Motsepe announced the decision in Johannesburg on Wednesday, describing it as part of the organization's commitment to broadening participation and creating more opportunities for national teams across the continent. Under the revised edition, the 28 teams will be drawn into 7 groups of 4. The top 2 teams from each group advance automatically to the knockout stage, with the 2 best third-place teams completing the round of 16 lineup. This marks another landmark evolution of the competition following CAF's earlier expansion from 16 to 24 teams ahead of the 2019 edition in Egypt. The 2027 tournament will also be historic as the first AFCON jointly hosted in East Africa, with Kenya, Uganda, and Tanzania staging the continental showcase. Over to the foreign side of things, as Downey Raola says Liverpool needs to sign players going into the new Premier League season.
It's difficult to say a number when the market is open. And you have to be always open to new options to improve the squad. There are obvious situations that we know that we need to sign players, where winger, for example, no? We definitely need to sign a winger. But there are other situations that we have to analyze what the market gives you, what's the cost, how we also see the players we have. We have some, I said the other day, no, some tricky positions where we have like injured players that we trust, but still not the ideal situation.
Well, last now I've confirmed that defender William Saliba will be sidelined for an extended period after sustaining a back injury during the FIFA World Cup with France. The 25-year-old had been managing the problems for several weeks before it forced him off after just 30 minutes of France's semi-final defeat to Spain. Following an assessment by specialists back in London, surgery has been ruled out with a managed recovery program to be implemented instead. Saliba has pushed through the pain to feature at the tournament, admitting, quoting him, "I've been gritting my teeth because there was the Champions League and the Premier League. The World Cup comes round only once every 4 years, so you've got to grit your teeth." He subsequently missed France's bronze medal match defeat
of mining activities. The upper chamber also asked the federal government to establish a statutory mining workers' compensation scheme funded through mandatory contributions from licensed mining operators. The proposed scheme is expected to progress. It received no directive from the ministry in that regard, in line with its extant procedures and channels of communication. According to him, the ministry does not have any other document linked to the agency, adding that it has never had any official interaction or engagement with the PFIPC or its alleged Director General. Rivers State Governor Siminalayi Fubara has pledged his total support for the political umbrella known as Rainbow Coalition, endorsing all candidates affiliated with the group, from President Bola Tinubu to Okechinda and other political figures. The governor made the unexpected declaration during the foundation-laying ceremony of the Riven Medical Industries Project in Rumosi, Port Harcourt. Addressing the audience, Governor Fubara urged all residents and political stakeholders across Rivers State to sheath their swords, set aside political differences, and back his decision in the interest of long-term peace and socio-economic development. Emphasizing the connection between political stability and state growth, Governor Fubara highlighted that initiatives like Riven Medical Industries projects can only flourish in a harmonious environment. He noted that aligning with the Rainbow Coalition serves a strategic purpose in uniting political factions, ending lingering tensions, and to attract key industrial investments to Rivers State. You're listening to the World News on Today 95.1 FM, Voice of the People. After this break, more news, foreign stories. Stay tuned.
Every day, every hour, when the big stories break, depend on our 24-hour news team to bring you the latest. Today, 95.1 FM.
Rivers State, which claimed the lives of one OSPAC official and which claimed the life of one OSPAC official and 3 other persons. The command in a statement confirmed that one Obidi Emenike sustained gunshot injuries and is currently receiving medical treatment. According to the statement by the Command Public Relations Officer, Assistant Superintendent of Police ASP Agabe Blessing Kabolo, the Commander of Police, the Commissioner of Police Rivers State, CP Olugbenga Adepoju, described the incident as unfortunate, disturbing, and a threat to the relative peace currently being enjoyed in Rivers State. The command condemned the heinous act in its entirety and assured the public that those responsible will be identified, arrested, and made to face the full weight of the law. The Commissioner of Police further enjoined all community-based security groups and vigilante outfits across the state to work in close collaboration with the Rivers State Police Command under the supervision of their respective divisional police officers, and area commands. The statement said the collaboration is essential in ensuring proper coordination, enhance operational effectiveness, and prevent members of such groups from becoming targets of criminal elements while carrying out their lawful responsibilities. The command appealed to members of the public to remain calm and cooperate with the police by providing credible and timely information that will assist ongoing investigations. All information received will be treated with the strictest confidentiality, the police assured. The statement revealed that the Rivers State Police Command remains committed to protecting lives and properties and will not relent in its efforts to rid the state of criminal elements. Meanwhile, the governorship candidate of the People's Redemption Party in Rivers State, Nature Dumale, in reaction to the killing, identified one of the victims, Ozomela Stephen Wokocha, as PRP youth leader in Onelga. Dumale said the recent killing is a confirmation of their earlier position that the government of the day, ranging from federal to state and local, does not care about the security and welfare of the people, threatening that international communities will hear about the killings in Rivers State and Nigeria at large. Also, the African Democratic Congress ADC Rivers State chapter strongly condemned the attack, describing it as barbaric, senseless, and unacceptable. ADC, in a statement by its publicity secretary, Chizie, said the incident is another painful reminder of the worsening security challenges confronting Rivers State. The ADC said it is particularly disappointed by what it considers to be the inadequate response of the chairman of Ogba Ekpema Indoni Local Government Council to the horrific tragedy. The party said it cannot remain silent while residents of Onelga continue to live under the shadow of violent attacks and growing insecurity, adding that the recurring incidents of violence in the area demand urgent and coordinated action from all relevant authorities, just as it called for a thorough investigation into the attack. The party extended its sympathy to Onelga people, noting that the ADC stands firm with the people of Omok and Onelga and will continue to advocate for security, justice, and responsible governance across Rivers State. A former Secretary General of the Egbeda Central Youth Council, Igwe Thangod Elenya, has criticized comments made by the former chairman of Egbeda Community Development Committee, Ovungba Friday, against the executive chairman of Emoha Local Government Council, Chidi Lloyd. The former chairman of the Egbeda Community Development Committee, Ovungba Friday, had recently accused the executive chairman of Emoha Local Government Council, Chidi Lloyd, of inciting unrest in Egbeda community over the leadership of the Community Development Committee. Thangod, who spoke with Today FM correspondent, described the former CDC chairman's remarks as politically motivated, alleging that he was only supporting the system when it served his personal interest. Thangod also dismissed allegations that Chidi Lloyd was inciting unrest in the community, noting that the council chairman was only carrying out his administrative responsibility by requesting nominations from community stakeholders for the appointment of new CDC and Youth Council executives.
Mr. Ovumba criticized a foundation that he himself laid. When government policies become favorable to him, he applauds them. But when those same policies no longer serve his personal interests, he turns against them. That is the highest level of inconsistency. The chairman of the Emoha local government once appointed him as the CDC chairman of the Ebeda community. Against all odds, he served for the interim period of 3 months. Now his tenure has elapsed. He's coming back to say he resigned from office. Where have it been heard that when a public office holder's tenure elapsed, he will come back to say, I resign from that office? It is a general knowledge that once your tenure has elapsed, you no longer function under that same office again.
The former Youth Secretary General insists that Ovungba's comments do not represent the views of the community and that the former CDC chairman was creating unnecessary tension in a bid to retain a position whose tenure had already expired. He appealed to the council chairman to disregard the comments and remain focused on governance and development in Emoha local government area, while reaffirming the support of Egbeda youth. The World Health Organization says the death toll in Ebola outbreak in the Democratic Republic of Congo and Uganda had surpassed 1,000. In all, 2,473 cases of the deadly virus, including 999 deaths, have been confirmed in the Congo, while 20 cases, including 2 deaths, have been registered in neighboring Uganda. Kinshasa's health ministry says at least 737 patients are currently in isolation in hospitals. The outbreak caused by a deadly strain was declared on the 15th of May in Ituri province in the DRC before spreading to 4 other regions in the east of the country. Several cases were then reported in Uganda, linked mostly to Congolese citizens who had crossed the border. Kampala says it has gone 3 weeks without registering any new case. The rare strain of Ebola, which spreads through close contact and infected bodily fluids, currently has no approved vaccine or specific treatment. And that is the news. Before we go, a summary of the major stories. House of Reps steps down bill seeking to ban unbranded, unfortified edible oils. ICPC uncovers 908 ghost workers with police topping the list. Rivers State Police Command confirms killing of 4 persons in a gruesome attack in Onelga. WHO reveals Ebola death toll in DR Congo and Uganda surpass 1,000. That's the news. It's edited by Uchendu Ejowo. For comments and inquiries, please call 0818-389-2850. We'll send your mails to news@todayfmlive.com. Read our stories on our website, www.todayfmlive.com. Follow us on Facebook, watch us live on YouTube at Today951FM, and on Instagram and X at TodayFM951. Good morning, and thank you for your time.
Tune in for a journey beyond the ordinary.
Fasten your seatbelts.
We are not just a station, we are the station. Today, 95.1 FM, the voice of the people.
Talk radio. I listen to a lot of talk radio.
95.1 FM.
In real estate, it's not just about buying land or houses.
It's about buying rights.
At Odibola Properties Limited, we don't just sell land or houses.
We deliver verified properties with the right roots of title.
Because the strength of every property is the root of title, not noise, not unverified claims. 904 or 070-655-69887.
Odibola Properties.
Our word is our bond.
Neighbor, you know, ask Mama Choma, waiting they make she and her family body they strong kakaraka and they know they visit hospital anyhow. She tell me say na Bueno soya beans powder mix, 9 be the secret oh. So make her give you update. Bueno soya beans powder mix, 9 be the Obonga soya beans brand. We get crayfish, tiger nut, coconut, granite, cashew nut, date fruit, dry catfish, and even unripe plantain. Now Saxic International Network Limited, they produce them, and to show you say na authentic, NAFDAC don't approve them. Bam, you fit put them for tea, akamu, and other Echetran beverages. This product good for mama, papa, adult, small pikin with them born today, and even pregnant women. Because why? Better thing good for everybody. To become a distributor or to know more about this product, call 0707-791-4443. That is 0707-791-4443. Or visit their office, we're there for number 41 Abuja Street, Rumopara, Port Harcourt, River State. Saxic International Network Limited. Now quality products be our passion.
Ministers Prayer Network International invites every Christian woman in particular and kingdom-hearted men and youth from Nigeria and around the globe to MPN Apostolic Women International Prayer Quake 2026. This is an annual apostolic prophetic gathering of God's daughters and youth from every church denomination. Theme: Break Forth Beyond Old Limits. Date: July 26 to 31, 2026. Venue: International Convention Center, Gilgal, Obuzo Asa, along Port Harcourt Aba Expressway, Abia State, Nigeria. Speakers include Reverend Professor and Dr. Mrs. Mosi Madowa and other anointed speakers. Registration is free. Hotel accommodation for 6 days, 15,000 naira for executive, 10,000 naira for regular. Hotel accommodation 10,000 naira and above per night. Come, let us storm heavens with our prayers for our homes, the church, and the nations. For inquiries, call +234 0907 999 0000 or +234 0803 470 9941.
Today FM. Today FM 95.1. Today. Rise and shine, it's a brand new day. Today this station leading the way. Breaking news, sports and talk, keeping every heartbeat on the clock. From Port Harcourt to the world we go, sharing every story you should know. Your voice, your people, your destination. We're not just a station. Today, FM 95.1, voice of the people, #1. News and sports, talk all day, keeping rivers on the way. Not just a station, we are the station.
Time for us to take you through the stories from the newspapers. It's the newspaper review segment on today's Quest Today 95.1 FM.
At the same time, let's also be a little bit human. If I were to be in the same position as the president, would I ask for a second term? The answer is yes. I'm supporting Tinubu, #1. He's the president of my country right now. He's a father. #2, he's in the saddle. He has the vision. I keep saying so. Look at the macroeconomic ecosystems. The reforms he has made. I keep repeating this. People might not understand now. It is even written in the Holy Book. He said that what you're trying to do, that you might not understand, but hereinafter, you begin to see how this thing will yield positive results. So that's my belief. And thirdly, from the human angle, if I were to be the one, would I have asked for support for me to complete the vision I had for my country? The answer is yes. So if I would have, what you would like others to do to you, then do same to others. I would have loved people to support me to complete what I have in mind to do. So if I say that vision is good for the country and the man has the capacity to do, then why not?
Thank him for the sacrifices. Some people may not understand. It takes a man with courage to do what he did in 2023, remove petroleum subsidy and follow suit with the floating of the naira. What has that done? That has freed up a lot of funds that would have been used in financing consumption, to doing other things in the federal government, in the states, and in the local governments. And today, a lot of states are not owing salaries. A lot of states are able to build infrastructure. A lot of states are able to empower people to produce rather than consume. Now, make no mistakes about it. Every courageous decision, every courageous action has its own consequences. So if you remove subsidy and you flip the naira, it will take its toll. And over time, the economy will begin to correct. So what you see that people interpret as hardship today are the fallouts of previous bad behavior. We have been funding consumption. So when you remove subsidy to begin to fund production, the results will take a little bit of time. So what am I saying? We need to be patient. Because at the end of the day, even the challenges and the imbalances in the economy will be taken care of by the forces of demand and supply. That's the market forces.
I am here to announce to all Nigerians, and the Igbos should take equity to the nation. I tell her, you all wear tie and dye from Yoruba land. You wear Ashoke. Why not us wearing equity? It's a beautiful fabric. And those are the things that they have to modernize. They will make Akwete into our Ikpele Angeli. So it won't be the big wrapper. Akwete can be made into like bedspread. So what they could do with it, we can't really quantify. But for me, and for all the notable sons of Igbo land, it's not only Abia State, rise up to the occasion to preserve this. On my own, I told the governor, I'm donating 2 billion to the project. I don't know how you want to use it. The funds is easy for me to give to you. And I believe that that fund will be in good hands. So I want to thank you for receiving me. You can see I came all prepared with rain boots. So I didn't come, it's not fancy. I came here to see what God laid in my spirit for so long. And I thank you for making it possible for me to be here. So I love the people of Abia. I want to thank you for receiving me so warmly. Thank you very much. And God bless Abia State. God bless the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Thank you.
It's a commitment to the people of Rivers State that I'm very sure that this project will be achieved in a very short while. What are the benefits of this project? First, we'll be producing in Rivers State. Development comes with production, manufacturing. When this thing kicks off, medical consumables and other things will start flowing from Rivers State. People can even start coming into Rivers State from other parts of the world to make orders. And what will they also create in this system? Obiakpo here will become a serious economic base. Employment will be created. Youths will be engaged. More expansion within this axis. Because we have what we call sub-companies that will also be feeding from this place. And definitely they will look for places around here. So you see, for me, getting involved in this is not just about coming here to cut the tape or to do, it's about development of our state. So I want to join everybody to give their support. We cannot progress in the face of disunity. We cannot progress in the face of issues that must be understanding. The host community must accommodate the company. Government will also, on its own parts, make everything available and even possible for you to operate smoothly. So let me assure you on behalf of the government that you have our total support and our backing to succeed in this project. For the Obiakpo, let me stand on the assurance of the chairman that every other support that you also need is going to give to you. I think for a very long time I've not stood before you people. So let me say something here. It is little of politics, eh? We have made peace in the States. And we have a total, and I am supporting our Rainbow Party, our Rainbow Coalition. President Ahmed Bola Tinubu is our president and is the one we're supporting. Okay, Chinda is a governorship candidate that I am supporting. And anybody who believes in me will support. And every candidate that is under the rainbow. For those of you who are saying, hey, let's stay. We want to collect something before we run. There's nothing to collect. I am already in the family. I've gone back to our family. So please, wherever you are, give your total support to that coalition. We need to move forward. The time of war is over. It's time of peace. And this peace is taking us to another level. What you lose here, you gain in another place. That is about life. Eh? So please, I want this to be made clear to everybody. So don't go anywhere and say you are supporting Fubara. No. My position is this. And I've said it here and clearly for everyone to hear. If you're not hearing well, use cotton wool or open your ear and let it enter well. I'm not party to anything that will bring any form of disunity in this state. I've done what I need to do. For now, we're moving forward. Let me, on this note, thank everyone who has made it to this event. I assure you that in our usual way of monitoring whatever we start, we are coming here in the next 3 or 4 months to officially unveil the first part of the progress of this, will I say, let me borrow your word, groundbreaking event.
Only last week, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu.
Our currency is weak, we understand, but billion is still a lot of money. It is still a lot of money. Anyway, she talked about the Akwete material and what can be done with it and so on and so forth. So you listen to the First Lady, Remi Tinubu, speak there. And then Governor Fubara showed up yesterday for a medical facility